the order of appearance. The only exception to that rule is if there is an interpreter who is needed. And the reason why I do that is because there's a limited number of interpreters, and I try to keep the interpreters moving. Please notate the sign that is in front of the clerk and the deputy. It says, "Do not approach while we're on the docket." How do you know we're on the docket? Because I've called the style of the case. Don't approach. Do not go up there saying, "Hey, I'm just coming up here to have my file pull." Because here's the thing. I want to focus 100% on people's clients who are before me to hear their arguments. And when you do that, guess what ends up happening? I can multitask, but 5% of me goes over there because I'm like, we all stop talking so we can concentrate 100% on this. So I always hear everybody's argument, but I just think it's respect for your colleagues and the fact that they're doing their arguments. All right, so everyone, today is Monday. The elevators are down. There's a scam artist who's sending text messages to people who have jury duty, and they have the courthouse jury number at the top. And then in the middle of the text, it says, "But this is my number. I'm an investigator. Come meet me so that I can take care of this warrant you have for not showing up for jury duty." So if you all will let your relatives know, and if you have, and they're doing it to the elderly, so if you will let them know so that they won't rush to meet some person at some location and give them money. The only reason why I know this is because one of my neighbors, their grandmother, who is in their late 70s, got the text message and was about to go meet somebody. So just make sure you let everybody know that. So it's Monday. It's going to be great. Put some patience in your top pocket. We're going to move along quickly. And please confer with the attorneys who are looking for a jury trial setting. All right, please confer. And don't forget about probation. Hi. So are you going to get back to Japan anytime soon?
Be a good time.
Okay, so I've been watching.
Spring is great too.
Yeah, I've been watching. I watched Sunday Love because she's in Japan. And so she's saying the best time to go there. But whenever I see her with the summer heat, she's walking around with fans. She's like, this heat is something completely different.
It's not great in summer. It's really humid.
Yeah.
Spring is good. October's great. Also.
I'm about to get there in October. I think she went to, is it Sheba or something like that? Yes.
Yeah.
And so she's like, it's a great place to be. And so she said, anybody who says you can't have fun in Japan, there's nothing to do. She's like, you're not doing anything, because she said there's always something.
You can imagine, you're going to find it there.
Yeah.
You'll find it.
So it's on my list. I don't do bucket lists anymore. I'm just like, it's on my list. I want to be there.
I mean, 35 million people living there. It's like, you're going to find something interesting.
Oh, yeah. She was showing something that I found very interesting. So when it's beach season, I guess that's the summertime.
Yeah.
She said they have all these pop-ups that appear. They build them from scratch.
Yeah.
And then when it's over, they take them down. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's kind of like how they do street construction. They do it at night because, I mean, there's so much traffic all the time. Right?
Yeah.
And so they shut it down overnight, but they'll do long stretches. They're just completely redone overnight. It's like,
Oh, wow.
like the next morning you got a new street.
No, yeah,
No months and months and months. It's like they can't do that. You know?
Oh, wow. And you know, of course, I have to go see the cherry blossoms in person.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping when I go, there's not a heavy rain.
I'm telling you, spring is great. The cherry blossom festivals and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, you'll have fun.
Put that on my list.
It's beautiful. The weather's great. Skip
But you're saying go sometime in October.
the rainy season.
Oh, yeah, she was telling me about the rainy season.
It's brutal. Rain comes down sideways. No matter how good your umbrella is, you're gonna get doused.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do that.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Joshua Wong wasn't here when you called the docket. He's the one who had a little medical emergency, but he's fine now and he's in the courtroom.
All right, Mr. Wong. All right, thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it because I appreciate your help with the color coded email here about the records. We've already talked about this. Like I already color coded it, I already followed up. It's and honest.
Oh,
So now I'm gonna check.
All right, Leon Small. All right, just give me one moment, Mr. Young.
I got 12 for sure too.
Okay, cool. Well, the ball is rolling. I sent her 2 emails because put it, we're ready in terms of getting those things to you. So.
Yes.
Cool news. It's good you came by, thank you.
No, sure. No.
All right, and Mr. Young, are you retained on this case or appointed?
Pleasure, retained.
Okay, all right. State, Mr. Young has presented a motion to withdraw Leon Small. Are you all prepared to proceed?
Yes, Judge.
All right, we're gonna go on the record. Mr. Small, come down.
Oh, it's to be.
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 12250. NIMAC numbers 746635, 746637, 746638. That party is announced for the record. State,
Zach Dunn for the state.
defense.
John Young for the defense.
And are you Mr. Small?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your attorney, Mr. Young, has filed a motion to withdraw. Are you aware of that motion?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state, do you have any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may continue to confer.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, defense, if you want to put your reasons for withdrawal on the record, please.
Basically three, he absconded, he cut off his monitor and he instructed his family to stop paying me.
All right,
And he's told me he does not want my services anymore.
is that correct, Mr. Small?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, attorneys don't work for free. All right, thank you, Ms. Young, Mr. Young, and each of the motions, your motion to withdraw will be granted.
Thank you,
You may be
Your Honor.
excused. Mr. Small, are you able to afford an attorney?
That's what we're working on right now. My family is.
I'm sorry, what?
My family's working on that right now.
What does that mean? They're working on it. When are they going to have it
I
done?
mean, I don't, honestly, I really don't know.
All right, just have a seat. We'll see about getting an attorney for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, have you pulled your paperwork? Oh, you need to give it to the clerks.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yes, I couldn't hear what you said.
Let's help. To be here.
Freddie Jose Jacinto, where are you? Come forward. Counsel, you're on that side.
I'll wait for you.
All right, Mr. Jacinto, the state has filed a motion to dismiss your case. They say they're dismissing it because their witness is missing, which I'm assuming is the complaining witness. So whatever brought you here today, you need to internalize that and make sure you're not back in felony court or any court for anything else. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about anything?
Come on.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Somebody complained that, but you know what's so funny? Today is the day I'm feeling, the temperature is at a pleasant temperature.
I know it's hot. No one's wearing a thermometer because she's wearing a thermometer. I can hear her, but she's not wearing it. So I know it's hot.
All right, let me,
Judge, it just makes you. Judge.
yes.
That is not on the document. It was an add-on. Me and Norma talked about it.
Okay. All right, let me take. All right, what is happening with Moses Ross?
So Judge, this was a case where the GPS was installed and it was supposed to be removed on July the 1st, and you wanted to make sure because you gave enough time for the complainant to be informed that the GPS was coming off last week. We confirmed with family violence. They tried to reach out several times and there was no response back to them. Unbeknownst to me, someone from pretrial contacted Mr. Ross. He just told me that this morning. Contacted him on the 3rd of July, and the device was removed at that point. So today he was supposed to come in to talk to you about removing the device, and you were gonna basically tell him to stay away from the complainant. And then we would remove it, but it's been removed. I don't know, Judge, if you want, I've looked in the file, I didn't see any type of order for it to be removed, but I don't know if you would still like to talk to him.
Is he here? Oh, let's bring him up.
Mr. Ross?
I'll tell you this. Honestly, I'm talking.
All right, state,
This is one we talked about.
all right, so Mr. Ross. My understanding from probation and through probation's conversation with the state is that they were unable to reach the complainant. Is that correct?
Correct.
And we can go on the record and state, you can put on the record the attempts you made to contact the complainant if you so choose. Court is calling 2023 CR 3543 and 2024 CR 4456, State of Texas versus Moses Ross for the state.
Alan Jackson.
And we have probation officer, Miss Abrams. And are you Mr. Ross?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you are on GPS. The court did not want the GPS removed until there were attempts made to contact the complainant to let the complainant know that the GPS would be removed in state. What is the update?
Marina Winter has made 2 different attempts, including leaving a voicemail, in an attempt to reach out to the victim and let them know we have received no contact back.
All right, so Mr. Ross, I want you to hear me and hear me clearly. You are not to have contact whatsoever with the complainant. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have contact with the complainant, what's going to end up happening is a motion to revoke will be filed. If the motion appears to be in legal format, I'm going to sign off on it. And then once I sign off it, a warrant is going to be issued for your arrest. You're either going to make bond or you're not going to make bond. And then we'll have a hearing on the allegations of no contact, if that's what the allegations are. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So is there anything you do not understand about the words no contact?
No, ma'am.
All right, so don't call her, don't write her, don't apologize, don't say I've worked on myself, let's get back together. None of that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, just.
All right,
First row, sir. Ojeda, first row.
family violence. Daniel Vela is by Zoom with his client Arturo Villanueva. Is that your case?
I'm just,
Or is that,
I can double check. It doesn't ring a bell, but let me check real quick.
all right, it may be,
Yes.
so criminal trial division.
Yes, sir.
Arturo Villanueva is on Zoom with his attorney Daniel Vela. It's for us to get a jury trial date.
No, it's actually for a motion, he has a trial date, I think.
Oh, he does?
It's for a motion to trial.
All right. Look at this. It's a Monday. All right, could I see the file on Villanueva? And Jason, what happened to your forehead?
Like rodeo incident?
I
like it. Go with that.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
See it under the manual.
Okay. I mean, I'll do surgery if we need to. Jose Lopez.
Your Honor.
Good morning. So the informal,
Informal with Carruthers on Friday, he ordered a psych eval, competency.
all right. Ms. Ferguson, could I have a 90-day reset on Jose Lopez? And you can do it as a phantom date. And it's for competency. All right, we'll be back on
All
October
right, Judge,
14th.
thank you.
Do you have any questions, Mr. Lopez? All right, we'll see you back on October 14th. Yes. He may or may not be at the state hospital.
Only one need to push the judge. Mr. Strickland.
Criminal Trial Division, Lopez is reset for October 14th. Who's here on Eli Stribling?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Where's Stribling?
He is not present today, Judge. I just checked with the bailiff and with Ms. Ferguson. He did not appear today.
All right, have you checked with his bondsman?
I have not yet. I'm gonna try and locate that. I don't know.
I mean, if you want to call the bondsman now, otherwise a warrant's going to be issued.
Yeah, he's already got an active one, I think out of County Court 2.
All right,
But I'll try and raise him and see what we can do.
All right, because otherwise, we can go on the record now.
That's fine, Judge.
All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 5943, State of Texas versus Eli Lamont Stribling. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Daniel Escobar from the state of Texas.
defense?
David McLean for the defense.
All right. This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It's now 9:30 a.m. Counsel, have you had any contact with your client?
I have not, Your Honor.
All right. And Deputy Laura, I believe, is making an announcement in the hallway. Deputy will leave no stone unturned.
Absolutely.
All right. Deputy Laura, did you make an announcement?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. There's no answer.
State?
Steve would ask for bond forfeiture.
All right, that will be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right,
Appreciate
thank
that. Thank you.
Who is here on Arturo? Let me pull that up. And number, we don't have a jury trial date for Arturo Villanueva. So I need a jury trial date for that. And does anyone have a copy of the motion to travel? Arturo Villanueva?
Yes.
Sure. Good morning, Your Honor. That's my client. That motion to travel is basically from the 20th to the 27th of this month, and it's to go to Alabama.
All right.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Don't run. All right, while she's doing that, what date for jury trial state? How long do you expect this trial to last?
Day, Judge, Dan.
All right, Norma, I need a jury trial date, criminal trial division, a day. All right, your jury trial date is going to be September 3rd. You'll need to make sure that you are in court dressed for trial. All right, next, we're going to proceed on the motion. State, are you ready?
Find a copy of the motion.
Here you go.
Your Honor, is that the motion to travel?
Yes. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 0176, State of Texas versus Arturo Villanueva. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Daniel Escobar from the state of Texas.
for the defense?
Daniel Vela on behalf of Mr. Villanueva.
And are you Arturo Villanueva?
Yes.
All right, state, any objection to counsel and defendant appearing by Zoom?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the defense has filed a motion to permit interstate travel from July 20th through July 27th to Alabama. State, do you have any objections?
No, Your Honor, we just asked that the defendant be UA upon return.
All right. And defense, how is he arriving in Alabama? Is he driving?
I believe
Yes.
so.
Villanueva,
Yes,
how are
with the
you getting
family.
to Alabama?
Yes, with our family.
All right. So I don't know if there are any conditions, because this is a failure to stop and render aid in a moving vehicle. So I don't know if there are any conditions of his bond that he's not allowed to drive. Does
Not
anyone
to my
know?
knowledge.
All right, does anyone want to check? Because it'll be a shame for him to be driving in Alabama and it's a violation of his conditions of bond. Mr. Villanueva, do you have a
Yes.
no driving?
No,
There
no,
has never been any conditions like that
No.
since he was
Just-
arrested for this.
All right, so it needs to be one at a time. Court reporter is already, can barely hear you all. So one person speak at a time. Mr. Villanueva, have
yes,
there been any conditions of your bond that you are not allowed to drive?
no. No, ma'am.
All right. To the clerks, do you all see anything where he's not allowed to drive? Okay. All right, then what the court will do, the court will, there's no order attached to your motion, but the court will grant permission to travel. There's to be a UA upon return, and you're allowed to travel to Alabama from July 20th 2024 through July 27th, 2024. And Mr. Villanueva, your jury trial is going to be September 3rd. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Is there anything else?
Nope.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. You're both excused. Joshua Wong. All right. This is Criminal Trial Division.
Yes.
All right. So what is happening with Mr. Wong's case?
Judge, Commissioner Pro was looking for possibly a PETV.
Okay.
This is something I would have to take to my supervisor, which I can do today, although I don't know if he's there or, but I can do it today, or, well, I mean, if we get a small reset, I could, accomplish that, at least get an answer and then confer off dockets with Mr. Brown.
All right. So how much time are you asking for, State?
At least 2 weeks, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Wong, can I have a 3-week reset, please? Thank you. You may be excused.
August 5th.
All right, we'll be back on August 5th. All right, are you feeling okay?
Yes.
All right, if there's something happened where you were lightheaded or passed out, you probably need to go see a doctor. You understand?
Yes.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused, and thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
Joshua.
Yes.
Yes.
Joshua Day?
All right, and Norman, this attorney did not sign.
Yeah, we did have, he would go to Chester.
All right. Camillus Galvan,
He is on Zoom, may I approach?
yes.
Might be the last.
All right, so what's the jury trial date?
Your Honor, right, Mr. Martinez has a vacation letter 8/15 to 8/16 and 9/19 to 9/27. Otherwise.
Would y'all confer with
available.
Ms.
Oh, I'm
Ferguson?
sorry.
Okay. And State, if y'all want to confer on a jury trial date with Ms. Ferguson,
These are the
an
three
agreeable date?
days out. I think somebody said September 3rd. That was an option. We haven't, later on, we're gonna get into those dates, right? Okay.
All right, so what date?
Your Honor, I believe September 3rd works for everybody.
All right, Mr. Galvin, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. We're gonna call you back on September 3rd. That will be your jury trial date. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. You're excused.
Have a good morning. Thank
All
you.
right, thanks. You too.
Excellent.
Okay, and let me just make sure. Yes, I do have the trial, the acknowledgement of discovery in each file. All right, thank you. You
Thank
both
you,
are
Your
excused. Thank you.
Yes. What can I, you know, I'm a friendly prosecutor. I like that. Some people say.
What did you say?
Bernice Valdez. All right, just have a seat. Jose Barrera. Jose Barrera. Frederico Ojeda.
President Councilor.
All right, thank you. Ramsey Ibrahim.
Present for him, Your Honor, if I could approach after Dr. Call, he is not present.
Okay. Deshawana Robinson. Makisha Cyphers. All right, thank you. All right, Norma, and is there attorney for Robinson? All right, thank you. Everyone, the court is recessing at noon and the clock is working today. All right, let's see about getting her an attorney.
I'll make sure that he.
Yeah.
And Norma, on Robinson, we'll just recall it, if we can recall it in 2 weeks.
I can do August 1st, sir.
All right, August 1st.
That sounds right. It's one.
Oh, boy.
That's it.
Ramsey Ibrahim?
Yes, Judge, may I approach?
Yes.
And she reached out to me last night around midnight, informed me that he wasn't going to be coming to court today, that he had COVID. I told him, I said, well, the court will likely want proof of that.
Yes.
He's not complying with any of the things that I'm asking him to do. He has lied to me. I have another motion to withdraw.
Okay, so this
Once
what's
that-
gonna end up happening.
Once that's accepted, may I approach? He's aware that I'm withdrawing and he is okay with it. Just, I know the court wants to know that information.
Yes. All right, so once he's in custody, I'll take up your motion to withdraw.
Any chance we could get that granted now, Judge?
Yeah.
He's aware of it. He's, no good deed goes unpunished. I put.
Oh, I
I've
know
been
that.
paid. I've been doing this because he was a friend of a friend. And me coming back here is taking time out of my.
Now, I
day.
understand what you're saying,
It's really
but
frustrating.
if you, I understand your frustration and you know, no good deed goes unpunished. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, sometimes, and it's hard, it was hard for me as a defense attorney too, to just keep things as a business transaction.
Yeah.
When it starts being, you're doing a favor for a friend or somebody you know what ends up happening, what I've discovered, when you do that, people treat your services as though they're not valued.
Exactly what's going on.
And then what will end up happening? I guarantee you, I'm just doing my prediction. When he's taken into custody, he's gonna call you and it's gonna be your fault.
Fair
But-
enough, but as an officer of the court, he's expressed to me that he's okay with me getting off the case. I have a motion on file.
I know.
Me coming back for him to just say, I still want him to be my attorney, when I think the court is probably inclined to grant my motion.
Well, we'll see, but I require people to be here. All right,
Okay,
we're gonna go on the record. Can I have somebody from the state for Ramsey Ibrahim, please? All right, court is calling 2024 CR 3624, State of Texas versus Ramsey Ibrahim. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar from the state of Texas.
Jason Wolf for defense.
All right. This hearing was scheduled today at 9:49 a.m. The defendant, I'm sorry, this hearing was scheduled today at 9 a.m. It is now 9:50 a.m. The defendant has not made an appearance. The court will note for the record that on May 29th, 2024, the defendant was a no-show at 11:07 a.m. Then it was recalled for June 11th at the request of the defense attorney, and the defense attorney was unavailable. So the court recalled it for June 13th. On June 13th, it was requested by both parties for the court to recall the warrant, reinstate the PR bond, waive fees, and to re-enroll in Center for Healthcare Services. The court did that. And now we're here on July 15th and the defendant has not made an appearance. State, what are you requesting?
Stay with that for bond forfeiture.
All right. The court will issue a judge's warrant and remand your client without bond. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who's here on caller Hernandez? Okay, let me pull that up. All right, so. Miss Hernandez. Let me see. Your plea agreement. All right, so where we are now, I'm sorry, before I say where we are, is there anything probation wishes to say?
No, Judge.
All right, let me just tell you where we are now. Where we are now is, do you want to be done with this probation? Are you ready to just move on with your life?
Definitely.
I'm sorry?
Definitely.
All right, so there's one or two ways you can move on with your life. The easy way for the court, and the easy way for probation would be for me to send you to prison for 3 years because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So, I mean, we can help you move on with your life that way.
No.
So why are you not doing your drug test?
A drug test?
Yes.
I don't get UAs.
No, you have not submitted to drug testing. You're gonna submit to drug testing today. Do you
Okay.
understand?
My PO hasn't,
Well, I'm telling you, you're gonna submit to drug testing today. If you do not, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you understand?
yes, ma'am.
you're going to restart the BIPP course. If you do not complete that, a warrant's going to be issued for your arrest. Do you understand?
Understand?
Is there anything you do not understand of what's being asked for you?
No, no.
Probation. Is there anything else she needs?
Judge, once the BIPP, her officer is asking that once her BIPP is finished, that she continue with the TAP recommendation. The TAP recommended, dual diagnosis outpatient treatment, monthly drug testing, and, AANA meetings when necessary.
All right, this is what you're going to do. There's going to be a UA today. Just one moment. And what's going to be the results of that UA?
It will be negative. Or positive, I'm sorry.
And what are you going to be positive for?
Marijuana.
And what else? All right. So this is why you've been falling off.
You said marijuana and what?
And meth.
No.
All right, how often are you using?
Not often at all.
What does that mean?
I have really bad anxiety, so I will smoke maybe once in the blue moon.
Okay, meth doesn't help with anxiety.
I know it doesn't.
So
To wake, to stay awake, to be able to function, but
No, no, no,
it's
no.
not.
my question is, everyone, please whisper. So here's the thing.
Mm.
We are past the point of excuses, right? I am trying to figure out what's going on in your life
Yes, ma'am.
so I can potentially get the help you need
Yes,
so you won't be going to prison.
Yes, ma'am.
So there's no excuse for using meth.
No,
You understand? So my question to you is, how often are you using?
not really. I just did it maybe 2 or 3 days ago, and marijuana, I do use it frequently.
All right, so your meth, that hasn't been 2 or 3 days ago, because if it was 2, 3 days ago, you wouldn't end up being positive for it.
I'm not too sure if it comes out of your system or not. That's why I would be honest.
And what are the ages of your children?
17 and 7.
And where are they right now?
They're at home with my brother. He's watching them.
Is Child Protective Services in your life? Have they ever been in your life?
I've never had an issue.
And who else is available to watch your children other than your brother?
I know.
All right, is your mom in the home?
Yes, ma'am.
So why didn't you lead with that?
My mom works with CPS Energy, so sometimes she works from home and sometimes she has to go to the office. So today she had to go to the office.
All right, there's going to be a UA today. And you're going to do that UA by what time, probation?
3 o'clock, Judge.
All right, by 3 p.m. I'm going to want her tested for levels. And what else are you doing or not doing with your life?
No,
How do you spend your day?
I'm currently working.
All right.
And when I'm off, I'm with my son right now. It's summer. My daughter has a job, so my daughter works. So it's just me and my 7-year-old.
Oh, and is your daughter the 17-year-old?
Yes.
And who all lives in the house?
My mom, my dad, myself, my children, and my brother.
All right. So probation, I'm going to want a field visit 1 time per month for 3 months. She is going to do intensive outpatient treatment with probation, and that'll be the dual diagnosis. And probation, do you think a referral to felony drug court would help her or no? Or is that too quick?
It wouldn't hurt, Judge.
All right, so we're going to do a referral to felony drug court. And let me just tell you, felony drug court is a difficult program, but they'll be able to help you with all the issues that you have. You have a mental health issue, they'll be able to help you with that. The BIPP course that you're supposed to be doing and the parenting classes that I'm going to order for you, they're going to help you with that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to go over there and be 100% honest with them.
Yes.
And if you miss your appointment with them, a warrant could be issued for your arrest. Do you understand?
I understand.
So we're going to do a referral to felony drug court. We're going to do 120 sober meetings in 120 days. And she's going to restart BIPP. And I'm going to order parenting classes. And once you complete those parenting classes, her community service hours will be deemed satisfied. How far did you go in school?
12th grade, I wasn't able to graduate because I wasn't able to pass my tax test at the time.
Okay.
Science and math.
All right. So what do you want to do with the rest of your life as far as employment wise? What's your dream job?
To supervise where I used to.
I'm sorry, what?
To supervise where I used to.
Okay, supervise where?
Loan companies.
Sorry.
Broadway Finance, Midwest Finance, and loan. I used to work in field collections.
All right, so what are you doing to make yourself indispensable to somebody who needs you in finance?
Unfortunately, I can't get a job anymore.
Okay, what did she say?
Unfortunately, she can't get a job anymore because of her felony.
With
that field.
Um,
With that field.
All right, so then what's plan B? You got to have a plan A, a plan B, a C, and sometimes a D and an E. So what's your second plan?
Oh, it's customer service. That's what I know. Right now I manage a laundromat.
Okay. All right. So are you taking any classes? They sometimes at the college they give free classes or they give classes with minimum fees to help people who are trying to improve themselves in their business. Because at some point, there are some occupations that I think are going to be done away with because of computers. For example, when I was growing up, they used to have full service at the gas station. Somebody would come out, pump your gas, and you didn't even have to pay extra. They would clean your windows, they would check your oil, tap it off if it needed to be tapped off. Then they stopped doing that. And now at the grocery stores, they're doing all that self-checkout to eliminate cashiers. So you need to figure out if where you work, if for some point in time they were to say, you know what, we don't need anybody working here. All we need is somebody to get the money from the machines. You need to figure out how can you make yourself indispensable. In the words of Briscoe County Jr., you need to figure out what the coming thing is and be prepared for the coming thing. Okay. So probation, anything else she needs? No, Judge. All right. So here's the thing. You're on probation. You're on probation and you're looking at 3 years in prison if you don't successfully complete it. And if you end up going to prison for 3 years, guess what? Your 7-year-old is either going to be either going to be 10 or either going to be 11, and your 17-year-old will be 20. Those are formative years that you will have missed. You're going to need to be clean and sober. If you have mental health issues, we're here to help you with that. Do you understand? And don't come to court positive, but I appreciate your honesty. But don't walk into a court positive when you're here for a compliance hearing. You understand?
Yes.
So they're gonna do a referral for you for felony drug court. You let felony drug court know that you want to be in the program. It's hard, but if you successfully complete it and you really work that program, you're going to see great benefits and you're going to see great improvements in your life. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you need anything else, you can always come back to the court if you feel as though probation is not addressing it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. So just have a seat. Probation is going to go over those conditions with you. And if you ever feel like using, pick up the phone. This is the court where I encourage people. If you feel like you're going to use, pick up the phone, call your probation officer and say, I think I'm going to use. And you know what they're going to tell you? All right, we're going to get you into a sober support meeting, or we're going to do this. The number one thing is not going to be, we're going to file a motion to revoke, because I want you to be clean and sober and healthy. And I want you to successfully complete this. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Anybody else ready? It is 10:03 and we are recessing at noon. So the people in the audience, if your attorney hasn't shown up, you can step outside, pick up the phone, call them, and let them know we're recessing at noon. All right, can I see that file?
Yes.
All right, do I have the dismissal? Oh, all right, thank you. All right, thank you.
Okay. I'll tell you that we're gonna try on our.
Criminal Trial Division on page 2, Jose Barrera, that case has been dismissed.
Yes.
I mean that.
Yeah, we just gonna, All right, who's here on Jesse Arriaga? All right, so where are we on this case?
Your Honor, we have conferred, the state has done their due diligence.
requesting medical records and mental health records from the complainant that we had requested before. They got a return of no existing records from St. Peter, St. Joseph's.
Okay.
However, we do know that those are the precise records that we most want. So we're going to try to subpoena the license, the LSW ourselves and see if we get somewhere there. The second mental health facility returned, they're returned, and the third is still pending.
All right, and where is the third from?
It's from
Marco.
Marco Mars on De Zavala, and our advocate had already requested them as of the 12th of last month.
All right, and when are you expecting those to be in?
I don't have an update on the timing for the third, or that last part. They said they don't have an update yet, but I can absolutely reach out, Your Honor, and get a clarification on expected timeline.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set you all for one last discovery date. And if you all don't have the records on this date, this is going to be the date where you need to make sure you subpoena persons to appear and bring records with them.
Instanter.
Yes.
Yes,
So Ms. Ferguson, on July 15th, this needs to be set for a discovery hearing, and it's going to be an actual hearing unless you all have all of the records. So what date? Oh, I'm sorry. Today is July 15th.
hour.
We're coming back in an hour. Yeah, all right. So what date? 30 days. And it will be a discovery hearing. All right, so we're going to be back on August 13th. Everyone needs to have witnesses. If there are records that are missing, you need to have witnesses from those facilities. If there's no objection from either party, they can appear by Zoom, but we're going to get somewhere.
Understood.
All right, is there anything else?
Not on this.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused, and thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
We're gonna do that.
All right, who's here? Melanie Barron.
That'd be me, Judge.
All right, Ms. Barron, if you'll come forward.
I do not.
All right, counsel, did you have appropriate amount of time to review the discovery?
That's the issue, Judge. Have not been able to successfully download some of the body cam footage. There's been a couple of issues last couple of weeks. It says that the discovery request is complete, but when you hit the link, it's not complete. It takes you back to the.
All right, how long is this body worn camera thing?
Don't think it's gonna be that large of a video. If the defense wants to bring something in to us to load the video on.
No, I mean, is he able to see the video now?
I can pull it up, Judge. I don't want to say that it's short.
All right, let's pull it up and we'll see how long it is. So if you'll have a seat, we're gonna see how long this video is.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Just the white. Are you on the way? Okay.
Yeah, I said, this is my. If he does have.
All right. Who's here? Luis Martinez?
Hey, Your Honor.
And where is he?
He is in there.
Come down. Sure.
Although I may have 5 seconds, I don't know.
Hey, you never know. Family violence. This is Luis Martinez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Oh, I apologize. Am I
No, what is happening with this case?
taken off? So, Your Honor, we had CPS records here. We had multiple sets actually of records. We've gone ahead and created those records and given them to defense as of today.
Okay.
And we've had some preliminary discussions as well about the forensic interviews, and counsel is aware of who they can reach out to come by the DA's office to do those at their leisure.
All right. Is there any other discovery?
I believe we're in good shape overall, Judge.
I think we are, Judge.
All right. So I need an acknowledgement of discovery sign state. Were you able to tender an offer?
We discussed,
We're in early discussions, Judge, nothing firm yet.
given that counsel had not yet had a chance to come by and view the forensic, we felt like we've talked, Your Honor, but we would like them to kind of have that opportunity, if that's okay.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. If on Luis Martinez, if I can have a 30-day reset at that time, you will need to tender an offer.
Absolutely, Judge, and we'll get you that discovery acknowledgement.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
What date, Ms. Ferguson?
August 12th.
All right, we'll be back on August 12th. Do you have any questions, Mr. Martinez? All right, we'll bring you back on August 12th. At that time, the state will tender an offer. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Can we have Bridge on Melanie Barone again?
Oh, just give me 1 second. Let me just find this.
Yeah, so there's your.
All right, yes, Melanie Barone.
There are videos.
I'm sorry.
There are videos available, but there's multiple videos and it's about a couple hours worth. If I could get a little bit more time to try to download those for myself so I can dig through them.
All right, let me see what page she is on. All right, does anyone see what page Barone is on? All right, thank you. All right, so this is going to be the last date for discovery. Council, if there's an issue with the download, then you'll need to bring them over a disk or a hard drive for them to download it for you.
Understood.
Otherwise, if you don't want to do that, just pick a time for you to come to court. And if we're not in jury trial, they can set it up in the jury room for you.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 30-day reset on Melanie Barron, please.
August 12th.
All right, we're going to come back on August 12th, and that's the last discovery. So what is going to be due is an acknowledgement of discovery and state on that date you need to be prepared to tender an offer. All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
What's that?
And on our Valle, we need an interpreter.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Sure.
No.
Okay. Okay, no. All right. Or. I'll take it. See all these. These.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to convert, but no. No, no. No,
Family violence?
Yes, Judge.
He has 2 cases.
That's true. The discovery is almost, I think it's actually the same because it's arising out of the same outcry. It just is 2 separate. I'm happy to do 2 separate discovery acknowledgements, but it is the
We can
same
do-
discovery.
yeah.
It probably should be
Okay.
because it's 2 separate cases,
Okay,
even though it's the same, unless you all,
the JN is the same discovery, but I'll do it just to, yes, ma'am.
all right, thank you.
Certainly, no
Okay.
problem.
Are you all ready on Ruben Torres Valle?
Yes, Judge.
I think we're waiting. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Judge.
Yes. All right, if you let the interpreter know who she's going to be speaking for?
Is it okay if he comes in this part to talk to her, Judge?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Judge, may I give you the discovery acknowledgement on this case? Go this way?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Abrams.